Kublai pi baro piapet yakari kasi channel. Yon rasha pi katup Khubor jong ka Taiew. Ini apay siya kimat kibakongsan. Ay jingmut ka HSPDP ban kelum lang yakapha thungkam kabaprap ho persen. Mudui mukot duma ka HYC katanat housing basuba jersey bamsap tin sop yen. Lada banterwa siya katanat platingka ban kentiu tulop yakinong tray SSA. Ang nuot kakong amprin baka nigrens kan sedang no ya ka PG course. Maham umentri bami kenrum ladapen kalai ke reservation policy. Bat kiwe de ki Khubor. Ini apai menta ki Khubor pania. Umentri rang ba ka jelau konrat ke sangma hagas ni palai jong ka Taiew. Ula pelat pat ba ya ka chief minister's research grant. Komsi benta ban pinslor bat kintiu yagi kam wat benya lani research hapo ke jela Meghalaya.
Ya ka CMRG la pelait ha ka jingyalang ke balong ha Meghalaya Secretariat ha ka jingidon lang Menteri Ketenat Arts and Culture ka jela ba polling do bat kiwe. Ka jingtmu jong ka CMRG kalong ban pinslor ki kam wat benya ha ki lain beper bakan tup ya ka Arts and Culture ki jait benriu riulum trai jela ka ketien ka telet ka jinghiar pateng ki jingtei sa nam ubarim bat kiwe. Man kawe ka project kinyo ya ka song pisa ba laidak jengka pan pendep hapo ka shpo benai.
Yeah, I will give you. Project and the duration will be for 10 months. And the main thrust areas will be arts and culture, and then there will be heritage studies.
Thank you. This, in fact, has been a very long pending issue and a thought and an idea that we really wanted to do for a very, very long time. And we just had to figure out how to give it the right shape. And so I'm very happy today that the Honorable Minister and our Commissioner Secretary have taken the initiative to structure this entire process, and we are here today to launch the website and the portal through which our different scholars and researchers can now apply for this particular grant. The thought process is very simple. Number one, we have always felt, and I've mentioned this in many platforms, that we really lack documentation. We really lack research. And both research and documentation in one way is a foundation for many other aspects to really happen. And many states and many nations, if you look at it, have stressed so much on documentation. And those documentations that help the future generation to understand the past and improve the past in the future and make things better. So all of these thought processes, ideas, anything that we want to do to bring a change in our society and in our state starts with proper research and documentation, without which we really would not be, I should say, moving forward in a very scientific manner. And that's what has actually really pushed us to focus on this aspect of research and documentation. That's number one. Number two, we also realized that many of our scholars, they really want to do research, but actually they don't have the support to do research. So there's no lack of individuals who are keen, who are into research mode and would really like to contribute, but there was no mechanism or no platform through which they could do it. So this is really also to support these researchers and scholars to move forward. Number three, we also feel that once we have all of this research that's happening, so you can imagine in a matter of about 15 years, 20 years time, say suppose on an average about 100 papers are done, you're talking of 2,000, 3,000 different topics being researched and kept in a database. So you look at the next many years, and obviously we hope that this research entire concept will become much bigger than what it is today. We're starting off small, doesn't mean we will remain small with this, because it's just, we mentioned 50 scholars, we've put a budget of 3 lakhs, but obviously we don't want to start big and then cut back things and make it smaller. So we would like to take it easy, step by step, figure out how we would like to move forward, keep improving things, and then make it bigger and bigger in the future. So, for example, I'm really keen that this research should not be just limited to only documentation, but I hope tomorrow we will have visuals, we'll have different documentaries, we'll have videos. As you know, that Honorable Minister has also started a very important program, which is the OTT platform, which is coming out for Meghalaya. So you can imagine all these informations and these videos and research that we're doing, the documentation, the documentaries that we'll be having, finding the place in the OTT platform, and really people learning from it. And in the entire process, as I said, we'll be creating a lot of excitement in the system. Many jobs will be created through this, employment will be created through this. The youth and the scholars will become part of the entire vision that the goal and the government has, because somewhere we also see a disconnect in terms of what the government is doing and what the research scholars are maybe not able to focus on. So many aspects will be addressed through this particular program that we are having. If you look at the last part of the different programs that we could have in this research, it speaks about the different government programs. Now, we feel it's important for that research also to take place, because the government does many things. But then, number one, the research areas and all, and the intellectual community are not aware about it, number one, and public also is not aware about it. And number two, maybe they can research and tell us how to improve the different programs that the government does.
Katanat social welfare jong ka sarkar Meghalaya kadangya keren, bat kementeri ka sarkar pedeng, panmang pisa, na kabenta banyara pisai ke dorbar shnong, bakin tawat pen emya ki village defense party, kum shibenta banya kun persha ya ki drugs.
Kene gijing temu bani rapisai ki dorbar snong kade na kabenta bani kun pendu jait ya udrak hapok kejelam Meghalaya barok kawai. Menteri ubak polling do ula pentip ya kene hadin badep ai jingkren ha ka multi stakeholder symposium ba pelong hapok ke drug reduction elimination and action mission dream ban rake ya ka international day against drug abuse and illicit trafficking hinne kasni balang.
One point that was repeatedly made was that whether the government is serious about tackling the menace of drugs. Today, I could see a number of you coming back to another deliberation invited by Social Welfare Department, which means that the trust deficit has somehow been mitigated. We are coming closer to a point of realization, because the last time around, I remember one of the leaders of the Dorbashnongs asking us whether we are here just to have a cup of tea with you, or do you mean business? I think today we have shown that we do mean business. No amount of developmental activities, no amount of investment in tourism, no amount of investment in the road sector can yield the desired results if all our initiatives are towards facilitating and creating infrastructure for a generation of drug addicts and alcoholics. It would defeat the very purpose of even having a government and a system of governance in place. So today, I'm happy that I could sense that guarded optimism which is evident in all of you coming here together. And more importantly, we have listed as a subject immediately after the vote of thanks a panel discussion where the discussion centers on legal provisions and policy advocacy in regulating drug use. NDPS Act, PIT NDPS Act, where our panelists include a senior advocate Srimati Chutti Tandon, Senior Advocate of the Supreme Court, and Mrs. Tashleen Karbeteng, District and Sessions Judge. A major gap in arresting the trend of the resurgence of drugs and the emergence of drugs culture in Melia is the need felt by all stakeholders that somewhere there are gaps in implementing the law, that there are striking gaps that make it possible for people to get away with trafficking, and that the laws are such that they are more for the traffickers and more against civil society.
Wala ka jala Meghalaya galadon san po arsnem. Indri kidang don hadu nyoteli kishnong hapo athan siang kibampat yo boarding hapo Ribhoy district.
Kini kishnong kigin thup makdo, muska, anjong, markhang duba, ambudikat, ampreng, batnong thamai makdo, pat kini kishnong kidon majan berkatan jagi road ke jela Assam. Yakni la pentip UMLA bat MDC, Kamau Hati Constituency, Bak Charles Marngar, ubala wandawan na Menteri Ketenat Boarding ke Sarkar Jela Etimondal, Banshim ya ki Sengjam, Badai Banshim, ha keba penpoi boarding ha kini kishnong.
Kejinguan jongam resmi ban wan bani lu kapang yau ba Etimondal beri minister in charge kapau pi kadau kejinguan ni kedi kejing ini kibangi kendo apa konstitusi kejing kiba nak pos kapau hakaba kumunong mikmat ngadu kapor mengenang longtang UMDC kalau persang ban simkia kedi kam nak pos kapau Reng UI ba kijing duna ki babon hak konstitusi kabangim pala ban pembiang hadu muda. Jika jingwan jonga kalur kedan abli kiban kongsan dari kepon. Kabaningkong kade kejing pembiang ka electricity supply. Kejing long irregularity of power supply. Kani kalau tak sibun ya kinong saksum. Kini kisnong kibahajan musning, kini kisnong masenda amroy, kamau road, lakum no ru, kinang kam yo ya electricity kinang kambi, kamong bakilang 100% kipia, kidona ni henry, nakwa ban penpawi pi hne bakidon kisnong, kum kamau hati area, kesemidan area, ke umtrai area, bat ke siang area, kini kisnong baru kini area, kini kisnong kibamat sisa kijing. Dan itu IP bagi senang umtrai ke area umtrai. Haga sisni kinyo light lane kinyo electricity tang kumbashi kenta bat akta. To kata kemdai gejing ladai sisa gejing ke makra. Gejing nak matagi kena school. Kumno kin kre kot papli. Menda ki pen kre ya examination ki jongki. Padang gejing dum. Hak pendon kam tung kepol ndai de kisyarat. Ini kena gejing ke baar. Kejing jom binong senong benda kita tanjung ni, kita pun ba kibriu kibat tanjang. In penon kamsa dah ketuka isteri mo ka iron dah urga. Saya isu, por kam isu. Ila penon kam dah ketuk electric iron laneki isteri dah kamai. Tenang tak kau kejing keba I kendo. Hagi badai bat kinong tray furniture. Nalor kejing kerdu kamu kejing kerdu jang. Isamla di persang banle de skill development program. Electricity kamdan. Siya kalau. Jom ki kon samla. Jom kadong katay. Kaya lor kani ngapot smo. Yo minister. Bat nakaliyam ka jong uru mandagasni ulah pau. Ya kejing sosi, kejing sodiaw halor kejing yo jikep bat kalau kuni. Bat nakaliyam ka jong ulah ong bat. Hadir maklami nang ni nakama jong uhi. Kung sabot din no, ay ganit kam. Banwat jintip, kaya ay kadaw. Ray malumala kung siya tu ipi. Kadaw hi kabangidon hani ng lapat sengaw yu. Kaya ka shortage of manpower. Kajing doon na jong kinong tayo. Dan itu ipi haong siyang. Way line man ubala yam nadu kesenam arja sipo. Hadu mendam pada polisi. Di mana menteri menteri jadi kam. Kini kita jing ke kerau ke bangi mat ikendo. Hadu ba ngaku nong nikmat itu ipi ngan lek sukum no. Ki phone call ki bawan ki itu ingai ke jing dengan manusia wan bagi kendo. Wan kerpat your minister. Tak ke bangla kerpat juri ubah immediately. Kalau ikat bala udi manusia ya kena.
Kahil State People's Democratic Party HSPDP hagas ngiba ar kalapin pau ya jingdan kam ban kelom lang no hajo ya ka bha thung kam ka praphok percent na ka benta ki khasi jantia bat garu namba kanom don kanu anu ka jing pendo lan ninyo ben ya kanu ka jait benrio.
Hagador khas kebala pa sya ke expert committee halor ke state reservation policy u president ke HPDP uba KP pangmiang ulaong pa kadangka ban phi bnia biang ya ke reservation policy jongka khat a trik ukula lingkot khat kendai nio po ar na ka benta ka jingroi jingpar ha baro kiliang ha ka bayade ber ka tungkam tungjam da ka babu hakmat ya ka jingdon ya ki jai benriu boper.
Di kungko party kumangila don ko manifesto bangin revise ya ka reservation policy. Di kumtaru hani ko point ka ba ka jeng ajumu jingi ko ban combine 40% or 50%. Ya ka ba for both khasi jantia angaros in order of merit habide ka no ka kan ka jingwat kam sarkar bide exam. Mo but da ka combine 40 to 80% in order of merit. Come to do away 40 for khasi jantias, 40 for garos combine. Kata ketika suggestion ke penikong ni ai kenapa kena create a healthy competition mo among the educated employee youth mo. Number 2 hakabide pat ka office memorandum jo ka 18 December 1972 hakabide pat ni come up for district level posts kapati ko suggest kena 4% number ki khasi jantia apo district khasi jantia hills 90% for Khasi Jantias in the district of Khasi and Janti Hills. And whereas 90% another district Tanta Gigaro. Come Gigaro and the Gigaro, Kikasi and Khasi, 90%. Oh. Number 4, Hagabidi Baka Paratu Juka resolution. Kadon Ginika Kandina Bomba Ladador deficiency, Kumakalong Hapo, Manchupuli Kumakadon Nipo resolution mo. If there is a deficiency in the number of sheltered tribes and sheltered castes, shall be carried forward to the next recruitment year and made good in the recruitment of that year. Kapag disini suggest me to do away the process of carried forward. Kapag mo kalong ba on the particular year lada kanu ka sarkar ka khot pan apply kam le ban thap kam nu ban pendep nang usna without the process of carried forward. Taka di point number 4. But the most important point was number 5. Nakana ka party Hagabili ka state reservation policy January 12. New allocation of seats for the academic careers, allocation of seats for academic careers in terms of Khasi Chanting and Garo mo. Kamdan ka no proper indication habili ka percentage marks. Then nakali ang party ngimlan iba no haling issue ka pa yung committee can really look into the matter. Di kumakalong mantalong kadon la ka percentage. Di kanang manwan ra ita ka efficiency but dia tak combine 80% atai kani di winning important points ka baka ni ajumut sa committee bakan pet bahai kani kana panum tia silang apreng kini ki lightly Khasi Jantia Garo.
Menteri Katanat Housing Marcus and Marak hagas nginingkong ula hukum ban pelong da ka departmental inquiry ka ban tokit ban lab ya ka jing shisha halor ka jing keno bale kam thok hakbatiet ya kitin sobiye.
Ulaong bakat kum ke kai pot balayo kam sim ladon setia keno ke jing le bakla henre wala kataru layo pediang ya ke jing ujor badai halor kene bala hukum ban pelong ya ke departmental inquiry.
2-3 days back I received a complaint through my mail from HYC. They have complained that the CGI sheets which is being distributed to the people through housing department is of not quality that department is supplying. For this issue, I have verified from the departments. This is all as per the specification, as per the requirement agreed upon with the company, it is supplied to the people. And we have gone for the supply of corrugated aluminum sheet instead of CGI sheet, which is corrugated galvanized iron sheet. Iron sheets are heavier, but aluminum sheets are lighter, but better, very much better, lighter, and then lasting wise, aluminum sheets are more lasting. It's having more lasting because CGI sheets are getting rusted very soon. So therefore, the department has decided to procure aluminum sheets through proper tendering process, which has been done last 2 years back, in the year 2022, in the last government. So the company was given tendering of 24 months. So 24 months ended this year in the month of March. So therefore, we don't have any option but to give to them. And the materials supplied by them are also of good quality as per the specification. Nonetheless, this NGOs has also put up a complaint. They have gone to the storerooms of the housing department. So I have ordered an inquiry. We are going for a proper inquiry now, and only after the inquiry, I will be able to justify whether we are procured the same quality which we have already placed an order for supplied.
Ka Nyotrap Youth Council HYC, kalau ujar mukaduma persya ke Directorate jong ketenat housing, hapo ke Meghalaya loka yukta, bahkan toket halo ke subah jersey nakakamtit tin sob yeng, kepala sam sekipat ba ling baki blok.
Baki blok. Kene kejing ujar kalau awan dia hadin sisngi bawa Menteri Ketenat Housing ulak benar balak thung ya kejing toket Departmental Inquiry halo kejing kena basam tin sob yeng tador. Menteri ulak kamru ba kejing tit tin sob yeng da ketenat kedai ke balak yat katkum ki kendon balak bu da ke sarkar jela. Habai kena berkilap Thai Khubor hadin berdep ujar ke mukadumah Presiden ke HYC ubak roy kupas sendrem la pentip baik kene kejing ujar la le katkum ke kendon arpo jong ke Meghalaya lukayak ta akt ajar katsau.
Ngajongi kung kaseng hadin bahag ni Taiew ko beladap ngilat tho ya kajing tho ka office jong chief minister jong deputy CM bakum juru jong minister in charge jong housing department halor kajing lap kajongi ba kadon ka AKA hubai ba kani kajing sam kini gitin sob yeng markat kum kajing let page kajongi haki blok ki ba fair ba kum kajing yo jing ujor kajongi la ong ba kitin ki ba kajing sya ka director jong housing kipan no new supplier ban wanra ite kitin ki ba long kajing urban jong ka kadai 45 mm regi ki ba poi pat hapo blok kidai ki batang 25 adu 28 mm ya hadin mangilap ha ya kani kajing thua ngilabu ka wi kajing dawa bakata kalong baka sarkar kadai ban pelong ya kajing tokit but badai ban thung yu nu officer ba ladau tokit udai ban khot lang yang ngiru bangin let chajaka ban pej lane ban lap ya kajing sisha rekat kum ka statement ka bangi yoi ka bau minister in charge jong housing menin ka sngi Ukraine uong ba nakaliang jong ka department hakawai kaliang uong ba latung ya ka departmental inquiry ya ka ba on kli dau joint secretary lane da ka joint secretary dah ka juk ka poru ladap ai lepa kata ka karai ba kamdon ai kajing le bakla lane kajing pendon kam bakla yo ba namar minister menin por bau ai ka statement uong bakitin ki bapoy ki blok ki degitin ki bakat kum ka specification ya ka ba ka director jong housing lane ka department kelapa kau mut ba kani ka jingthung inquiry departmental inquiry jong ka housing department ka dei tang ban pendep rukom tengim ngim sngohon ya kani ka jingle jong ka sarkar lamba ka housing department kum ta menta ka sngi ngilawan hapo ka office jong ka Meghalaya lukayukta ban file ya ka complain hapo ka section 20 lane ka section ba arpo jong ka Meghalaya lukayukta act arja khatsa ban kerpat ban bu ka jing kerpat ban ujor ningkong ban ujor ya ka director jong ka housing namar kumba kalong hi ka office ka bapenmi ya ka tender haka khatway trade jong ubnai rempang jong snam arja arpuar kadai ka office jong ka director of housing kaumut ba kanong thiet ya kini gitin kadai ka director of housing tingi na kaliang jong ka seng nga kum president ngami kumutaw complainant la ni unong ujor persyak ya kanong syak complain lan ya kanong syak ujor kepada ke director jong housing temata ka singi ngilawan banbu ya ka complain ga jongi harangkat ki kot kisla ki bang ngila ailang hakani ka complain ka jongi ka bang ngila yo bonwan bu ka office jong secretary jong ka lokayukta kijing pan kijong dawa kijong ka baningkong galong naka lokayukta kalong bakadei ban pelong ya ka jing tokit namar bakalo kayukta kat kumkaan jong snem aja khat aw ka arja khat sa kadon la ka jong ka inquiry wing ka ba ki police officer kila ban investigate la ne ban inquire ban tokit alor kani ka complain ka jongi dia kata ka dijing dawa ka baningkong bat ka baar la dalap bat ha ka juk ka por ka baar ka long ba kini kiten bro khat ki balapoy kini blocks ki badon menta kum ka shela sin RD block ka jirang sian RD block ka Nongstoin sian RD block ka balapoy kiten yang menta kumi kini bro khat ki ban wan ra lut la ne ban pan phai lut cha khnang ba kinom sam chi ki pat ba kumangal ong itu kisi ka jing sam kini kiten haga jaka ba kan long ka jing yarap ya kinong shong shnong kan long pan ban ka jing tim namar batang shu hap upria tang sujur ka ler hap tong mau berit kini kiten kilapai nilai i ka jing kren jong we ni kinoelam jong haki kawe ni ki blok bong ba kiten ki basam khamtam e nutin basan ni snem ki bala snem badang shu dam ki ong ba kinong yo ikni kiten kilawan ut hapo blok namar ba kite kiten ki bomba tengi na kaliang jong kaseng ni dawa ya ka megalea lokayukta po ka jing alam jong chairman ni ba bidhar ba secretary ba arab thap bakin shim ya ni kam bakin investigate la nikin tokit bat kidi ban pensitom ya ki brio ki badon benta la kalong bakadon ka jing penserwaka ya ka pisa jong pat ba de ban pensitom kita
Menteri Katanat Puli Putih urakam e sangma hagas ni ba jong Taiew ulakin tu ya UMDC ka BJP natura ubanat en marak banting ni adopt ya kat tu kat ni ki school po karong gara Siju constituency tagabantaban sinapen bahabat tay thamai ki yeng school ling bakas kim MDC
ula ba namar ba u Bernard ulawan ha constituency jong u kan long ke jingkmen bha lada ula banting ya katu kat netli ki school hapo constituency namar ba ki don da ki spa tli ki school ki bamdon ya ke ying school.
This is not only my constituency, it's a country of the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So there are many schools. So government has done lots of repairing and renovation, construction of school building. New governments can last 5 years, and we are continuing this, and we will leave no stone unturned to complete the process. And however, we are requesting all the 60s MLAs to kindly adopt certain schools to repairing, to construct new buildings to the some limit from their SWP funds. And I would also request my brother brother Bernard also, the MDC of Tura, just to also spend his fund from MDC to construct some schools from Kuwait from his constituency, and also would be happy since he has come to my constituency. I'm happy if he can kindly adopt some school from my area to construct and to donate to adopt some school. But there are many hundreds of, he has not seen many. He has seen only one or two. There are hundreds, thousands of schools which has been left without buildings. We know, but I'm also from my MLA scheme. I've constructed lots in the last 5 years, and I will still doing. I will try my best to complete all this process.
Ka office jong u principal chief conservator of forest, but ka working plan, research and training, haringkar ka district council affairs, kila play ya ka workshop kam training, halor ka forest certification, but carbon credit.
Ya kene ke program la pelong ha conference room jong ka Serwan House Lower Laishumer ha ka ba chief secretary ke jela uba DP Walang ula long ukongsan. Haba kren ula ai ka jingero ya kene ke jingstang bat pen paru ya ke jingkermen ba kene ke kam ban penne pensa ya ki klau ki kam kan ya ne hadu bakul.
At the international level, what is happening to encourage all this forest certification, carbon credits and all that? The government of India has already made a commitment. I mean, the resource person will know better. They made a commitment of additional carbon sink of 2.5 to 3 billion tons of CO2, which basically means they have committed an additional forest cover of more than 26 million hectares. So that is the commitment made by the government of India. And among the G20 countries, only the government of India so far has met this initial target of what was committed at the Paris Agreement on climate change. So you can see that the commitment made by the government of India is also there, and it has percolated down right up to the state level. In fact, in our state, the Chief Minister is very, very committed towards this cause, and we are the first state to envisage setting up a separate secretariat for climate change. He was talking about walking 10 kilometers. We'll have to do more than that, in fact, in the future. Because this climate change secretariat, what is envisaged is that not only forest department will be in charge or will be involved in this, it will be multi-sectoral. It will be the public health engineering department for water supply. It will be agriculture, it will be horticulture, it will be soil and water conservation, and forest department. All these departments will have to come together under one umbrella under this secretariat for climate change and sustainability issues. We have made very clear-cut definition of the goals that we want to achieve as per the SDG, and I'm sure that this will come into fruition very soon. In fact, things have already started moving in the right direction, and this secretariat will be functional very soon. Our state is a state, as mentioned before, which is full of community forests, full of sacred groves. It is also a challenge at the same time. We have not done any cadastral survey in the state. So it's a challenge. When you're talking about carbon credit and forest certification, it will be a challenge because the land ownership is a little complicated over here. You don't have proper records. So therefore, I'm very happy to see that forest officials from district councils are also here, because they are the people who will be looking at a huge chunk of forest cover that we're talking about. Because state government will be looking after reserve forests, but most of the community forests and private forests are under the ambit of the district council. So those officers are also here. So therefore, it is a very good step that has been taken to invite all of them.
Menteri trong katanat kakot kakia ka Sarkar Jila, kakong amperin lingdo, hakasni palay, kalapen pao ya kajingkwa chungka, bakad ni Grims kan sedang no ya kapijikos, nakabantaki doktor ka Jila Meghalaya.
Halor kene bakren siklar patai Khubor hadien balak mi bnia ke kong lingdo kalaong ba ke Sarkar Jila shen kan le kindu ya ke Sarkar Pedeng ban pa ni ke kerdan INI na ke bentakan ni Grims. Kalaong ru ba ke Sarkar Jila ke kwa ban pentikna babaro ki sub center ha ke Jila ken trei kam wala ke dan ke jingduna kinong trei bat ki bambiang ki surok ki ban penpoi sha kine ki center.
Di menta yakini ki institutions ki balakmi lapet kum kita ki central institutions ki ba ka Sarkar Jila hakisnyam ki balakdem kala ay mons ngobha ya ka jaka nakabenta bantung ya kum kini ki institutions kum kani Grims ndai la dadang pensa tengpat ya kita ki kendon trekam jong kini ki institutions kan long ka jingdu nong ka bakraw yingi kum kani Grims mentangi ban pen kan mau ya Sarkar kemeba ni das ngongo shisha bang yo kum kani ka center of excellence ndai nakadaw ba phiklem la ban upgrade ya ka sya kata National Institute kidan kita ki jing hab ban sya bamyo ban pendon kam pura yakum kini ki institutions ki doktor jungi kani Grims kadon hausam uput jong ka Jila Meghalaya kapait lang ya kalam mi ni bro away tang ba ki doktor jungi jing shisha ki di benyo ya ka special provision ka special quota ban yarap ini kadon ka quota kabalet na kamta ki North East States bro ni hapon karon sa kuway ka kota la dalong kabala kerpang nakabentaki doktor jong ka state of Meghalaya haman kaway pa kuway ka department ngin sedang ya ka medical college ladangin biang ya kinong hikay ki doktor ki balayo ya kata ka PG status kumnongin penyad ya kani ka medical college kani kanday kaway na kata kalat pan pengkre ingi ban yo ya katay katong ka bakam krap kamlong ka basok man chupan kaya ka medical college ki hap don ru ki ban hikai hakata ke medical college ki doktor jongi ki babon ki balayo i hakisnem ki baladep pengila terwa ya ki banlet ya ki short term programs kum sha chennai bat ki bi hakita ki jingpen kre ki bakerpang haki lan puli PG jong ki doktor ngasngau ba ka negrams ru kadi banyarap ya ka state ka jongi nang ba ngiru ngin yo ya kata kacing mentoy ka bapura ka bapaka kini baro kinde ki suggestions ki bini ai shaw menteri jong katanat kot kakya ha sarkar India bat akermen bangin yo ya kini kacing kami ka bakerpang bangin yo ban pendon kampura ya kini ki institutes ki badan ha upod usam jong kajela mekalia timenta ngi ladep kentup lang ya kata haka agenda jonga pangan kedu yu menteri jong ka koi kakya jong ka sarkar kami ngi kermen bahadin balawan kami ke sarkar ngin don kapor ka babiang nomor macam senam yo tang kendit benai kawan no election kan ni kadi kapor bangin di benai bat ngan let chadeli bat ki officials jong ka department jumi haka jing tip lang jong honorable chief minister banyak keren di gini kikam penginnya sadlem banyo ya kata ka INI status a reputed institution all over India kini brokat kini ki administrative procedures kiba happen step penkloy banyo ya ka benefit nginle ya kata bat ngakermen bakan wan ka jingkela hakum kata rengan numlet merway ngin khot lang yu na director ni gram suban dai lang bangi nang bakan peniba ngi yawan lang nakajela ban keren ya kani kakam ngitip baka ka hospital ni grams kadai kajing ngijing pet jongka sarkar kami henrei ha baka don pan hakajela ngiru ni hap ya kami lang ngin le ya kata
Menteri katanat puli putih urakam isang ma hakasni ba ar ula pentem baka tanat kalapha ya kajing terwa sya katanat plating ka ban menjur lam hakaban pentiu ya katulop jong palat keras pangut kinong tray SSA non-teaching staff.
Haba ekran ba kinong thok Khubor ura kham mula pentip ba kakenhun kinong yalam ka All Meghalaya SSA Non-Teaching Staff Association AMSSANTSA kilawan ikendu yu banyak kren halor kene kakam. Ulong ba ha kajing sisha katnat kala depa ya kajing terwa bat ka file kala don bat katnat finance bat kikam kila yat menta bat dang up ba kin pendep. Menteri lang ba kajela utip ha ya kikam bayat bat insale ya ke badan kam balak melenti ba katnat finance kan seshim ya kerai ke badan kam.
Non-SSA demands, yeah, they have met me today just now and we have discussed. It was a very fruitful discussion. The file we have from the department we have already proposed, and the file is with the finance department, and the process is on, and we are waiting the things to be completed. And the Honorable Chief Minister is aware of this development, and will do the needful. And we are expecting the finance department will take a necessary decision on this. This may not be 10% or 50% or any percent, but that I don't have. So maybe as per the financial strength that the state does have, we will definitely will do the needful, as because the demand is very very genuine. I don't think so. We have appealed to them. We have requested them. Agitation and the protest is not the solution. But since yes, sometimes it does make that somebody listen faster. So since the government is already aware and the government is already listened, and the department and the government is already taken note of all this.
Menteri ka sarkar jela urakam isang ma hakas ngi baar jong ka Taiew ulamahang bakanu kanu ka jing penkala hakas state reservation policy kalam sya ka jing sya bishar bniya bha hakalenti jong ka an.
Haba ekran berkilat batai Khubor ura kham mula ong ba kalong ke badan kam ban up ya kijingai jingmut jong ke expert committee palatung de ke sarkar halor ke state reservation policy. Ula ong ba namar ki kindon ki basyai bha jong kriti sensyar kari badru ke hukum ke yeng ka syakri Supreme Court haba ya day bat ke jingbu bha ba 100% ha kano ke jela la snyo ba kano ke jingpin kala ya ka SRP kala ban lam sya ke jingsya bishar benia bha hakmat ka an. kumta de ban up ya ki jing ai jing mut ka expert committee Henry la je ai kan de ga jing du nong ka bakrao ya ki pai ru lom trai jela
Clear all this doubt. Clear all this doubt. Let the expert committee suggest and advise to us what is happening, right? What should so look in view of the clear constitutional provision, in view of the clear honorable Supreme Court judgment about ceiling of 50% ceiling, right, for any state. Look, state, I think that any changes may have a serious legal scrutiny in the eyes of law. So therefore, I think I don't know. Let's wait what the expert committee suggests to us. But if anything happen, it will be great loss for our indigenous people of our state. Suppose the constitutional provision and the Honorable Supreme Court judgment is meant to be applied tomorrow, the ceiling 50% reservation will be great loss for all the indigenous people, are young people of the state. So, but having said so let's wait for our expert. The government has constituted an expert committee to suggest to us, to the state government, and accordingly we can see what the outcome will be. Because like many has been misunderstood, and some political party has misinterpreted and have give assurance. But to me, don't make it. I'm just making it very very serious statement now. Look, this reservation policy was framed, if I'm not wrong, 9 days before the inauguration of the Meghalaya full-fledged. 9 days, 9 or 10 days ahead, then the full-fledged status declared. It's on 12th of January 1972, right? If I'm not wrong. So because of certain challenges, the rise of unemployment, educated unemployment, this is going to be crisis for not only for the state, but across the world now. Across the world, unemployment issues is a crisis is happening across the world, not only for Meghalaya, not only for India, be it America, be it the UK, the European Union, the Chinese, right? All over the world now. So yes, what our president has said is truly correct. But to me, I'm not speaking as a minister today. But to me, any change in the job creation policy may be a very, very serious legal scrutiny in the eyes of the law.
Ka Petroleum Dealers Association Meghalaya hagas ngi balangjong ka Taiew kala kentu ye ki padba bakin long ki ba pikir ba namar ba kadan ka jinkle ye ki ethanol ha ka petrol.
Habaya kren bat kinang patai Khubor Presiden ka PDAM ba Kennedy si Kriam ulaong nadu urang pangajar puar ke sarkar India lingba ke Petroleum Ministry kelas dang pentri kam ya ke jinkle lang 10% ke ethanol ha ke petrol hapok keri. Menta ke sarkar kelas dang ban kle hadu 10% ke ethanol ha ke petrol. Namar ba ke ethanol ke dei ke bekejit ya ke hau bat kloy ban sim ya ke kumta kala ban keta kelai ki kale. Ulaong baki Dealers Association hakari barok kawai kila persyak jor ya kedai kejing temu jong sarkar namar wat lada don tangkin diet ke haki tangki kali ne hapok jong ke tangking ki badon cepok kendau kene kan penmi ya kejing Henry ke sarkar kila penmi ke petrol bat di ya kene ke petrol bat klek lang bat ke ethanol.
Nagalian Jogi Dealers
kabangi kwa on berusaha sekipai wa hakabade barka petrol diesel hakabade barka yedi thia pakipai ba nijuyo bon ki complain bat bon sen kede ke jing sutu bakla te idon likely ki mat ke bangi kwa abani friend kamat kaban kong kede suphang kanika ethanol blended petrol Hausnem Haubnai Februari 2004 ke Sarkar Jogeri India lembaga Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas kalau introduce ini ke ethanol blended petrol kalau at 10% ke ethanol hak petrol bat kila dia yakni hadu unta ke ethanol ke ethanol ke ngilabang ke biodiesel ke biofuel chemical ke bio na ki jingthong na ukrai na riu hadem na upai bat na kuwi bat ki balai ki pedon kam ya kene ki ethanol ke jing pedon kam ya kene ethanol ke don bun ki jing mentoi ke don ro ke jing do jing mentoi ke jing mentoi da pi ak ya kene ke long ba ka kene ki ethanol da pi ak ka hak petrol ni ha ke diesel ka carbon dioxide ke tren ke bami kaduna nanta kapun ka kaduna ka tren komot kapun hud ya kal air bat kene ki ethanol ke khamsong tat komot ke petrol mentang la kade ke bedor kala banduna na du san hadu sipo tungkaru hak siliter lengi la ban jus bahaya kene hendai ke jingdu jing mentoi pat kalong bakani ki ethanol ka tim pereng ki on it absorb moisture komot ka kring ya ka jenah komot ke komot ko teladakan ni ke ethanol kawan in contact bat ko karak buon ka kala tikine kila mi buon bahaki jingjia nakapor sekapor bagi customer dan bagi driver ki ong ba ngithe punyang na kata ka petrol pump don ngithe na kata ka petrol pump don kalong kumni ngan kunsai bai pi kindat ka step ni kali ajungi kumbang itip keri-keri ke bajur slap ti bat namar ke jingkhapnya bat ke jingbun ki kali bon ngimdon jaga parking ke babian ngiyang haki open space bomdon jingta bomdon jingtap bomdon jingka ngiyang haki road surok ngiyang aphala bomdon jingtap khamtam ki arshaka scooter bat ki motorbike bat baki yang berbuat ki penthek kenriak kilai lagi kam hidup kiwan hadian prosesi uthel slap menai prosesi uthel slap tada khendiat ka gayo bandrung ha ka tank petrol tank jang ka tu ka bike ane skuter jang kali tada pithek petrol khendiat kalang ka tu tinggi na ka por ngidei ban kuat wat mangi ki try petrol pump ru hapo ki underground tank ki jungi mentale nadu bala introduce ki ethanol 10% nadu arjar kuat man kesengi ngile ke water dip ni kon kidon ki jing tho kat kom jing start sayam sebentar bangila ban tip kat no ke water content ke don ha ke underground tank badai ba kamlong syo ngitan no nomor ba ha ke underground tank lada ka de ke tank capacity ke ba 4000 liter utu pipe suction pipe ku batanya ko umpnian sejrong bandek seki pom ban the sekali tung kho bat ka tank ujrai la kumno ko basipot tila ta kadon kendade ko maporo utu pa kunum la bantan ya to bat ka bangi thoman ka sengi ngisaino ya to ko kata borokhat kilong kuntahi khamtam hamne hari jungi kategori ke bajusla
CEM ka ki HADC uba penyat CEM haringkat ki wepat ki executive member bat ki MDC kilahyar shamaulong ka bahaba po ka Shela constituency when I kublay kadu ya uba Taiew dakhar Taiew MDC jong kan kathan
kane gajingli jong CM bat kit khot ke executive committee kalong shisngi hadian kajingkhla no jong ba Taiew dakhar na kadaw kajing sitom ha kamet jong
nakaliang bungi kung ka Khasi Hills Autonomous District Council ni dap da ka jing songsi kabakraw hadin ba niyo jing tip wa na iwe na padangki members jungi iba Taiew dakhar la khlat no nen kasngi but hakabai dei bakani nakaliang jungi kum executive committee lingkat kum council propawai yo ni kalat one ban I play katu I mentakasngi but kum ka executive committee kum council propawai ni lapan baik bandon du kajing le puram kadu ye kamat lasa ni lasai kasngi hagajing seng le ontep hakapo shubaji te hakabai dei but ka jing klat no jing ba tinwal dekhar I belong to I sitting MDC jong ka Shela constituency ni smodu shisha kum ka council namar ulong brio ba bha long brio ba don nongrim abai trei khamtam abide kani ka san masima batu abide ka kam jong ka council te ba tinwal la shajir kum MDC na rups nam ada sao arja khandai arja khat sao bat menta arja bat hauneu arja khat khandai te la long sao tem but hakini ki sao tuli ki tem bala shajir kum MDC ila bat ye ki kam ki ba pher ha council ila bat ru kum chairman jong ka district council house nem arja khat nyau tata nangta kum CM ru jong ka council house nem arja khat khandai tata debat kum chairman jong ka advisory committee ki babun bahagi committee la bat ban pentulun khmat ki babun ki kam jong ka council te yangi hi kalong ka jingdu ka bakraw noi long nong ai jingmut kumuri rangba baju ai jingmut nam taban wanra ka jing bit jingbiang ka jing bha jingmiat nam ta council bat nakamta kari pawai lingba ka jing asa jing atai ka jing I haying dorba district council bat kumju ka jing ai jingmut jing I lingba ki committee ba pher te nakalyang jungi ni so bakadei ka jingdu ka bakraw ba I ba tin la flat no but ka ba arpat nakalyang jungi kum ka jing le buram nakalyang council so buram ye I kum ri rangba la no sinyang shibun ya ka jimentoi jong ka constituency shela lani ka rikhasi berawai ni la penbena ba kandan ka bangin ai ka shuti shitangsi la shai ka si ontep but khnang ba babun ru kinyo banwan shimbenta hakani ka program jesen le ontep la shai si
kum shibenta na ka jingra khe ya ka World Club Food Day apelong yu program ka ba Kerpang State Convention Center kum shibenta ban kinmau ya ka jingya linti jongki khatsan ngun ikna ki balasha sumar
ya kanega program la pelong lang da State Resource Center on Disability Affairs derai Syria Bal Swachia Karyakram RBSK Meghalaya Early Childhood Development Mission MECDM and Sura Mandala Foundation
start participating in it, you will see the results. In fact, as I mentioned, we have seen the results in the health department in the last 4 or 5 years. We could see that one because we started investing on a daily basis, and everyone is participating. So here, the participation has to happen at 2 levels. One, those who are working with the government for the people, especially entire government workforce. I call government workforce, especially the frontline government workforce. They're very, very, very important. For example, they need to know that they need to really educate people. They need to really go and work, understand the problems of the people, try to solve the problems, at their level as much as possible. They should not say that they are not able to do because something is not there, but whatever the resources that you have should start actually solving the problems of the people. at the same time, we also have to ensure that we need to build the capacity of the people. We need to really we need to build organizations. That's why we have come out with some concept called village health councils in the state. Idea is that how people can be involved, people can actually take a lot of interest, people can actually identify the problems early. So both it requires the proactive outreach from the government functionaries, at the same time proactive outreach from the communities, and of course we also have to work along with the civil society organizations, developmental organizations. We should always take their support too. But that is the kind of a model that actually we have been working, and I'm very glad that like all these initiatives are coming to basically developing well, and we can see some early results. As I said, I think I wish with this particular day, I think a lot more sensitization would happen and a lot more awareness would happen, and that would actually lead to as Baron has mentioned, we need to that leads to unleashing the potential of every child. Every child has that capacity. Every child has a right to live a very good quality life. I think that life can be provided only if we actually take this very I would say early interventions are interventions that really help them to really give their best to this world.
Ka Press Information Bureau, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting jong ka Sarkar Pedeng, kala pelong ya ka vartalab, ka bede ka media workshop ha ka snipalay jong ka Taiew, ha ka jinga trelang bat katanat Meghalaya Police, halor ki lightly ki criminal laws. Ka BNS, BNSS, pat BSA, jong usnam arajar arpulay hasilong. Kini ki an kinsa sedang menteri kamno ha ka shitarik ubanay naitung arajar arpusang.
Nakaliang u Davis NR Marak DIG Meghalaya habakren Shakilat Patai Khubor laong ba kajing pentrai kam ya kinegi ain batmai ka long ka bakongsan ba nakaliang ki pulis kila long ki balakre ban pentrai kam ya ki.
A citizen-centric criminal procedure has been adopted in the Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita, or the BNSS 2023, which has replaced the CRPC. The BNSS provides for the use of technology and forensic sciences in the investigation of crime. Specific timelines have been prescribed for time-bound investigation, trial, and pronouncement of judgments. Citizen-centric approach have been adopted for supply of copies of FIR, including by digital means. Summary trials have been made mandatory for petty cases. The accused persons may also be examined through electronic means like video conferencing, and the magisterial system has also been streamlined. The Indian Evidence Act was enacted in the year 1872 and has been in use with some amendments, but the Indian Evidence Act does not address the technological advancements which the country has undergone in the last few decades. The new law, that is the Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam 2023, or the BSA, provides for evidence to be provided electronically and permit appearances of witnesses, accused persons, experts and victims through electronic means like video conferencing. BSA also provides admissibility of electronic or digital record as evidence, and digital evidence is now treated as on par with other forms of evidence like paper records, documents, etc. BSA also seeks to expand the scope of secondary evidence to include copies made from originals under certain conditions. The BSA also seeks to put limits on the facts which are admissible and certification as such in the courts. In conclusion, the transition from the old criminal laws to the new criminal laws is the need of the hour, which makes the criminal justice system more citizen-friendly, more accessible to the public, and more transparent. However, there will be challenges in the implementation of the new criminal laws, which will come into effect from the 1st of July 2024. But I am optimistic that the new criminal laws will not only serve the people of India in the manner in which it was intended to, but the new criminal laws will remain to be relevant for a long time in future also, and since it has been made future ready with the new amendments.
Haswa bangin pen no, ngin pen ibiang shapi, yakimat ibakongsa. Ajing mut ka HSPDP ban kelum lang ya kabha thungkam kabaprap ho persen. Mudui mukot duma ka HYC ya katanat housing basuba jersey bam sap tin sop yen. Lada banterwa sa katanat plating ka ban kentiu tulot ya kinong tray SSA. Ang nur kakong amprin baka nigrans kan sedang no ya ka PG course. Maham umentri bami kenrum ladapen kalai ke reservation policy. Bat kiwe de ki Khubor. Bada gitu ngilapoy siya kabukod jong gani katup Khubor, yan saya siyam biyang bakpi hagawe pa katayo. Blay subon, kiaso.